What's up, guys? Josh from Strength Side. This is the Posture Fixer Upper. We're going to start by just talking about posture a little bit. So the first thing that I want to talk about is that posture is really just a representative of your body's health and functionality. But it's only one representative out of various. So what I mean by this is it's possible to have a healthy, fully functional body, but to just tend to rest into poor posture, right? The other thing is it's possible to be really stiff and unhealthy and not fully functional, but to be able to get yourself into a good posture. So really what this means is that posture is just a tool that we can use, and it's something to pay attention to, it's something to track, but it's not the end all everything, okay? So with that being said, we do want to promote good posture, and we want to try to align ourselves as well as we can to promote balance in the body, because that's really what we're after, is balance in the body. But the way that you're gonna really put your body into balance is to have full movement capacities, okay? If I can, do all these different ranges of motion here, all these different movements, then resting into a aligned stacked position becomes a lot easier, okay? So with that being said, there's two things that are usually, there's various things, but two big ones that are the product of posture. So number one is the actual balance of your body. So this is kind of like your muscle length tension positions, right? So if my chest is open enough, if I have the strength in my shoulders and my back, then I can get to this good position here, right? And we have to put a big emphasis on this. And this is, you should be doing my programs. I have the daily practice, the roadmap to strong shoulders. If you're watching this, it's a good chance you're doing the shoulder bandit. These programs are all going to be doing the movements, the exercises, the stretches that are working on putting your body into balance, gaining freedom and openness of your body, right? So now the other side of the coin is body awareness. Now body awareness is really, really important, because that's how you hold your body in space, right? For your static posture when you're just standing or sitting, and also in movement as well. So when it comes down to it, if we have a shoulder that's always forward like this, we could do all the stretching and the strengthening of the back in the world, but if I don't know how to just put my shoulder in this position, then we might not achieve our goal. And vice versa, right? If I just keep trying to, I'm just gonna pull my shoulder back, but I never do the correct exercises to actually open this up, then we're probably not gonna get the result that we want either. How do we get the results that we want? Is we combine both of those. So because I have those free programs, you should be doing them. In this video, we're going to be just mostly looking at the body awareness aspect. So when it comes to good posture, we're really just trying to get the spine into alignment. And this means stacking all of the joints on top of each other. One way to achieve this is to actually take your joints to the extreme ranges of motion, so then finding the middle neutral position becomes easier. So that's what we're going to do here in these next two exercises. We're going to be taking the spine into different ranges of motion to then come back to find a neutral spine easier. So this first one, we're going to be just moving into flexion and extension of your thoracic spine. Okay, so thoracic, we're just talking below the neck down to a little bit above or below the chest, just kind of this chest cavity. So try to lock everything else in place. The lower back, the pelvis, the head, those are all staying neutral. And now we're gonna open the chest, extend through the thoracic, and then flex, and then we round it, okay? Extend, round. Extend, round. Try to get all your other body to just kind of stay in a neutral. position. Once we find that, it's easier to come back to say, okay, this is actually just kind of my neutral position here. We're not extended, we're not rounded and flexed, we're here, neutral. Next, we're going to move up to the neck and the head. So now we're going to do protraction and retraction of the head, okay? It's going to look like this. We're going to move the head forward and move it back. Trying to keep the eyes on the same line here, and this chin just moves on this plane. So we're not going up, down, we're just moving forward and back. Now for a lot of us, we get this forward head posture. You know, this is definitely a tendency of mine, is to just rest forward like so. This is because we're on screens a lot, you know, on computers. But once this happens, the rest of the spine is thrown off too. Watch when I move my head forward, then my back starts to round and whatnot. We need to have that head resting stacked over the shoulders, right? This is gonna mess everything else up. So we're training these opposing ranges of motion. Forward, back. Really work on that retraction, right? That's the one a lot of us are missing. And you'll even feel it down through your back and your shoulder blades if you do it correctly. Protraction, retraction. These next two exercises are going to be doing the same thing at the shoulders. So now we're going to set our spine into alignment. So we're going to try to stack all those joints. We kind of pull that head back a little bit. Open the chest, but not extend the rib cage too much. Squeeze your butt a little bit. And now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to take the shoulders back. We're going to retract the shoulder blades and then into protraction, right? So we're trying to keep the spine totally aligned and neutral. And now the shoulders are moving around the spine and the rib cage, okay? So protraction, retraction, protraction, retraction, right? Very simply here, trying to get this movement just to be as fluid as we can without moving the spine with it, right? Now just the shoulders are moving here, right? For that same reason that now that we're getting full range of motion of your shoulders, we can come back and hopefully find a neutral position easier, okay? So, like I said, protraction, retraction. If you're getting any clicks, pops, things like that, that's just really a sign of that the spine is probably not aligned as well as it should be. And over time, the better alignment that we get of your spine, the smoother the shoulders are going to be, and those pops and clicks will kind of fade away. So next, we're going to do some rolls. So shoulder rolls, we're going to start with going to the back. Very simply, we lift the shoulder, we pull back, and then we set them down, and then we come around, right? You've probably done shoulder rolls at some point in your life maybe, but we're really trying to put a big emphasis on that spine staying aligned, so just the shoulders are moving around the spine and the rib cage once again, okay? So we're rolling. Another option for you here is to do alternating rolls, right? And then after back, we can go front rolls. Both are going to be beneficial for you because both we're moving in the full range of motion of your scapula, of your shoulder, going into downward rotation, into retraction. We're going up, we're elevating the shoulder, upward rotation of the shoulder blade, and you should do both forward and back, and we can alternate as well, but we're trying to keep that spine aligned and just getting that shoulder movement around the spine. And same thing, when we have this full capacity of the shoulders and the movement of the shoulder blades, then resting into a nice, good stacked aligned position becomes easier. These exercises help you learn more about your body's position in space, and these next two exercises are going to help you align and stack your spine. this can be an extremely effective postural exercise if you use it correctly. So to do this right, you just simply come to your wall here and you're going to press all of your body back into the wall, right, in the standing position. I'm also going to open up my hands here so I'm showing my palms. So I'm going to start with my heels are dug in to the wall, my calves, and then as much as my thighs and my butt as I can get. Now we're also going to try to tuck the pelvis here, right, because we don't want that lower back to extend. Now it might be hard to get your lower back totally flat because we have a butt and it sticks out, right? But you want to get that as close to the wall as you can, and then, you know, the mid part of your back, and then we really drive the head back, right? So now the spine is very, very stacked here. So you're like, okay, this seems kind of simple, and it is very simple, but what you'll find if you stand here for the right amount of time, things start to fatigue. A lot of the time you feel like your chest is kind of opening up because that spine is setting itself in the more correct position if you've been out of position for a while, okay? So when I say the correct time, you know, whatever I prescribe you in the routine, but we're talking minutes here, right? You're not gonna make change with just doing this for like 20 or 30 seconds. We gotta be here for a while, and we're just, the whole time, it's very active. We're pressing back, pressing the shoulders back, the head back, chin is tucked, butt, calves, heels, all back into the wall. Now you take a step out, you're gonna feel very straight, very extended, and we wanna try to carry that with us. Now we'll do a similar exercise in a different position. So now we're just gonna be seated up against the wall. So you're gonna press your hips all the way against the wall here, right? Get that back flat to the wall. And then you're gonna straighten out your legs right in front of you, okay? So now this is actually tucking the pelvis under us. So now we really have to get everything back into the wall, we really have to extend the spine here, okay? And we can't cheat it through kind of like lifting through the lower back because we're tucked under. So we're here, once again, just open up your palms to kind of open the shoulders a bit, tuck the chin just a bit, and then drive everything back into the wall. And you might find that your hips start slipping out. If they do, just readjust, press that back, hold in this position, okay? So for you guys that fight a lot of that rounding of the upper back here, have little kyphosis, this is gonna be really challenging. You're gonna feel like, and you just wanna let this subtle exercise and stretch do its work by just really trying to be active and press everything back at the same time here. Now if this is just way too challenging and you can't get that lower back to untuck and you're like this, just bend your knees a little bit, okay? It might be the hamstrings very tight pulling you under, so we just bend the knees, let those hamstrings go a little bit, and we're still working on the spine here. And then over time, you can just try to straighten out the knees and sit. Once again, we need to accumulate a good amount of time in this position, minutes. These simple, basic exercises will really help you gain more awareness of your body and improve your posture. But they will also help you improve your posture while you move, and that's what we're really after. Below, you will find the mini posture routine that you can add in to your daily practice. As always, I'll see you in the next one.